Alright guys, so this is the Aris 2 V2 3D printed chassis for the Ruger 1022. This is on Colts 3D. It's I think $6 on there, and it comes in 3 pieces, or 4 depending which one you do. This one's 3, so you got your hand guard, you got your buffer tube adapter, and your main body here. This is printed out of a carbon fiber nylon with carbon fiber in it. That's what I was trying to say, actually. So it takes a while to print. I think I printed it at like 30% infill and like 5 walls, but it fits in there really well. I did not enjoy the process of putting in this grip. The bolt that's inside of here, inside of this grip, you probably see it, I don't know, maybe, but there's a bolt down there and it screws into the plastic, it's threading in plastic, and that was a pain. I tried heating up the bolts and inserting it into the nylon, and I think nylon's just so temperature resistant that it's a lot harder than PLA plus. Most people were saying that they drill and tap it. I would recommend doing that if you're going to be inserting the bolt with nylon or any kind of ABS, ASA, any of those high temperature filaments. If it's PLA plus, you should just be able to heat up the bolt and start threading it in. This is my custom build, so you got a SB Tactical brace back here. This is actually a Magpul grip that I cut the beaver tail off of. Got some custom little mag release up here, a Faxon bolt carrier, or I guess a bolt. I think this is a, I can't remember what company, a very popular company, Tandem Cross, makes this charging handle. And this is a match barrel from, I cannot remember for the life of me. It's one of the only places you can get like barrels for 1022s online. God, it's gonna drive me insane. I did have a problem with this barrel. It took a long time to come in. Eventually, I'd like to put in a binary trigger in this just for funsies, because it is a funsy gun. The chassis is actually extremely comfortable though, and the way you get this buffer tube in, what I did is I just heated up on my gas oven and my gas stove, just the thread end, let it sit there for like maybe a minute or two, and then I just started threading it in. There is actual threads that are printed into this, but they're super tight, which is a good thing because she's not coming out. I put a lot of work in that in there. There also is another version that doesn't come with the buffer tube adapter. It comes with 2 pieces that make it a 1913 rail. I don't recommend that one. I didn't like it. I printed it out, and it's the print orientations are different, so you can't have all your layer lines going in one single direction. And it's 2 pieces. It just doesn't look as good. I did go ahead and polish up the internals on this guy with just a little Harbor Freight polishing bit. You might be able to see in there, nice and shiny in there. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the MIM material that comes in it. But for chassis, this is pretty nice. You will need to insert 2, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 heat inserts. So basically you put a heat insert into this one, you get a soldering iron, heat it up, push it in here, and then let it dry, and then you screw into that. Same thing on this one. There's 2 here. So the heat insert placements are actually going to be on either side right here, in the main body here and here, on either side right here, and then actually in the buffer tube there's 2 in there. This thing is a pretty stiff stock system with all these hefty heat inserts and hefty bolts in it. Got a couple of M-LOK, 3 of them, 3 M-LOK spots here. Of course, you got your AR controls. It's a little different because you're due to just the the placement of this and just the way that the 1022 sits, you are slightly higher up. So normally a trigger on an AR would sit around here. This one sits up here. So you can see my finger actually rests on this spot here. You don't notice it really when you're shooting it. You could shoot it this way and have a little bit of opening. You would only notice if I pointed it out to you. Like, I've had my buddy shoot it and they didn't notice anything. But that is basically the look at our Ares 2 chassis system. And my custom Ruger build. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can just look up Ares 2, and that's the owner, the creator of the files. I just am printing it just to make it. But like I said, this costs maybe a roll of filament. No, not even. Probably like half a roll of filament. So like 10 to 15 bucks for the stock, for the actual chassis. Probably gonna buy the $10 worth of hardware for the bolts and the heat inserts. Buffer tube, I did find out it's kind of expensive. I think I paid like 30 bucks or something after shipping for a buffer tube. That's the only thing that did suck. But I cannot complain, considering I can make another one. I think there's an Ares V3 out there that actually raises up this pistol grip a little bit. And I might print that one. It just depends. Mainly, if this starts to bother me too much, or I don't know, it just depends. But I would definitely look at building one of these. Like I said, 1022 is fun, it is reliable, it is an awesome gun, and there's so many aftermarket parts available for these things that you can do whatever you want. You can make a little squirrel gun, you can make a long range 22, you can make a tiny little guy like this. Like, I think this is a 6.5 inch barrel or something, maybe 8 inch barrel. There's so much you can do with 1022s. That they're cheap and they're fun. They can be extremely expensive if you want them to be, but it's kind of like a Glock. It's like you could buy a PSA dagger on sale for $250 plus tax and shipping, or you could buy a what is it, Zenith? Does Zenith make them? So, I know there's one company that makes ridiculously Gucci Glocks, and that's kind of the way I see the 1022. But that's just about all I have to say, guys. Thank you.